Tell me, if you haven't had to fist fight your homies even once, are you really homies? What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do been to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, no, you don't have to fist fight your homies for them to be your homie. I was kidding. I was kidding. Don't. I mean, like, then I get like fist fight. I get like messing around, you know, bing, 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 bing. But like, if you're full out brawling with somebody, and it doesn't lead to get like, it's one thing if you're homies before. It's one thing if you brawl and then you become homies off of respect and love of the game. But if you're already homies, and then one homie did something to the other homie that y'all are actually fist fighting, I don't think y'all should be homies anymore. So no, you don't have to, you will be real homies with somebody without, absolutely beating the brakes off them. But let's always see more time, and let's hop right into chapter 34 of Ichi the Witch, known as Invisible, interesting, Invisible Cage. Alright. He's in the Sun Goku. Look at my boy hopping. Okay. I'm still interested, right? Because presumably Gokuraku has like some means of holding back. He was at least somewhat lucid at the end of the last chapter. So maybe that's how a base Ichi Ororo Amp is gonna somehow beat this guy who's gonna meet. Like, I mean, it's not unusual. Then again, Ichi's just not the strongest of the main crew. It's literally Desukanos. But it's not uncommon for the main character to beat the brakes off a side character, or another main character, which is what I presume Gokuraku is going to become. But I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. Let's see what Ichi decides. Once again, let me not glaze. I'm not going to glaze. In fact, we're even going to talk about the art style in this review. We aren't. No, we won't. I promise. Let's see. Tup. What is this spell? I actually don't know what this spell is. I mean, presumably it's the spell at least invisible. Oh, he's gonna use. But then again, no, that cage wasn't invisible though. At least, like you could see the threads they use. I'm about to say this doesn't look like Uroashi. It doesn't look like Inazori, and it definitely isn't Uro. So it has to be the Ordigum magic. And in that case, I'm assuming this is thread. I'm guessing. But why would the thread be invisible? I don't get why the thread would be invisible. Let's see. Uh-oh. And you know what? I'm happy that a lot of people do like the joy. And admittedly, I'll admit, I did force shell into a binary. Notably because every single time I do a poll that has like a middle ground, everyone goes for the middle ground, and it kind of like defeats the point. Like, you basically get the real answer of what the comic consensus is by looking at the non-middle ground answers when there's middle ground answer in a poll. So I try to make all the polls extremely binary just to see what the thought process is. And a lot of y'all, just like me, appreciate the joyful sorrow or the joyous sorrow magic. I don't know. I like him. I like his design. I like his mentality. I like his personality. I like his abilities. And once again, I'm just so interested to see how Ichi in particular is going to use them. That's the main thing, right? Notably, this is the one series where 9 out of 10 times, unless we do start fighting other witch associations, once Ichi overcomes an antagonist, the antagonist becomes part of his kit. That's the main thing that's always interesting about a series like this. It's like Pokemon, except if everything was wild battles for the most part, with the occasional trainer battle here and there whenever Ichi's probably going to fight another witch. So I don't know. I'm excited. Let's see. Ooh. Well. For a moment. Okay, so it looks like he may have gone back off the sauce instantaneously. But very impressive that he was even able to resist it for a moment. Well. For a moment there, Gokuraku almost got his sanity back. But that much sorrow isn't so easy to swallow. I'm honestly, I mean, maybe once again, there's gotta be a creator. I keep bringing this up basically every other review, bro, but there's gotta be a creator D in this universe. Because why would you not just instantly boom Gokuraku? Why not? Just shove it. This is gonna sound a little bit crazy, but I need y'all to hear me out. Shove the balls in them all at once. Fill them up with the balls. Because then what's he gonna do other than just boom? Like, I get it though. He wants a 2-for-1 special with Ichi, but at the same time, it's interesting that he decides to split it up and essentially drip feed him. Obviously to prolong the suffering, but like, if you want to be efficient, just boom. But let's see. Isn't so easy to swallow. Oh, actually, you know what? He may be doing it in this way because he expects Gokuraku to die well before all the energy is used up. Because we know he defends himself and presumably attacks also with the negative energy he contains. So maybe that's why he's drip feeding it, just in case he still needs to fight Ichi afterwards. Say Ichi somehow escapes this and Gokuraku just dies. It's possible. Let's see. isn't that easy to swallow. If you want to survive this, you little human wretch, you've got no choice but to destroy that bundle of rage and violence facing you. So obviously he's not going to do that, but that's a very interesting trial. I'll admit, I do like that. It does make me wonder if this is like a variation on what the trial is supposed to be, though, because this just is different than what was described before. Like it's not even like, oh, we were missing context and now we have this. No, like this is just a completely different thing. All that was said before is that he throws the weight of 10 years of sorrow, multiple of a nation on somebody. They live, they don't. Trial 1. But now you got the stipulation that there's 2 people involved. One needs to survive the other. One needs to make sure the other doesn't die. One's going to attack the other. Like, there's so much extra in here that I'm confident, even if there is some sort of what is he drinking? What is that? Is that liquid sorrow? Like, what do magics eat? Can they die of starvation? Can magics die other than to the world? Man, this universe has so many questions for me. Let's see. But essentially, I think, realistically, the Joy of Sorrow module was like, fine, whatever. This is my base trial. Let me manipulate it a little bit more just to mess with these 2 in particular. Really considering last chapter, he literally admitted, I couldn't harm you. Unless you hug me, I literally couldn't harm you. And I know y'all ain't gonna hug me. Y'all just gonna keep hurting me. So, like, I have to do it this way. So, presumably, he may have tweaked a bit of the trial here or there in order to make it actually manageable for him to, you know, issue it against the 2 people he could not directly engage with. Obviously, he couldn't directly engage with Descaras either, but, like, no magic in the verse can. Really? Like, once again, until we get introduced to someone stronger than the World Hater, Descaras clears. Like it's not even like a question. She just clears. Let's see. Now go fight each other to the death. Interesting. I guess, yeah, that's the thing, right? But I wonder, though, what happens to the people whose sorrow has been infused in Gokuraku once Gokuraku dies, right? Like, would he automatically be boomed? Or no, like, would those people essentially be restored back to normal? Would they have their sorrow absorbed, and then he would have to go and get hugged by them again? Like what happens now that some of the sorrow is being leaked out? Are people turning back to normal already? Or is it like, is the sorrow, quote unquote, that the Joy of Sorrow magic released a byproduct or an energy equivalent to the actual sorrow, which he himself still stores? And ultimately, if he depletes that reservoir, nothing will happen to the actual sorrow he's taken away. The loyalty, the mania that he caused by having absorbed all that sadness will still stick with him. I don't know. It'd be interesting if we cut back to the nation. We see some people, second by second, bit by bit, being like, wait, what's happening? But then again, I guess the sorrow isn't being restored to them. So they'd probably still be in that, like, vegetative fugue state that they're in right now. So maybe not. Maybe nothing would change. Let's see. Ooh, nice charge. Let's see. Ichi. With the close quarters weave, too. Once again, very, very immaculate motions by Ichi. My glorious baby boy. Let's see. Do what you gotta. Right in the bag? Okay. So yeah, Ichi, he's going for it. He's going for it. And that doesn't, I don't even see any magic right. He's just stabbing. But then again, I guess the best way to stop Gokuraku is to, like, just like Gokuraku kind of implied, immobilize him. If that involves literally, to quote Kid Naruto, I'll break every bone in your body! Like, I guess you gotta break every bone in his body. Let's see. Stab straight to the back. Oh, nice. But you know what? I know, and maybe I'm just glazing. Maybe I'm just riding Ichi the Witch's meat way too much. But I do like how, despite his absolute, utter, pure disgust for humans, like he considers them a blight on reality, he is actually, in his own twisted way, giving genuine praise to Ichi. He compliments the charge, he compliments the stab, like, nice one. Like, you don't say that unless you do have genuine respect. Like, this doesn't seem mocking. He seems genuinely, like, impressed with Ichi. It's not like, ooh, nice one. It's a, ooh, nice one. Like there's a difference. You can say the exact same thing with a different type of cadence and facial expression. It'll mean 2 different things. And that's what I see here. I think the World Hater Baji Loki was not familiar with Ichi's game, and also Loki respects it. Let's see. Oh! Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so he stabs in. Looks like Gokuraku tries to throw him off. Ichi rolls, stabs into the ground for recovery. Whatever that knife is made out of is very impressive. That thing is taking basically no damage. I'm letting it. It's like infused with multiple magics at this point. One of them being presumably the second strongest magic we've ever seen. I assume Uro's second strongest. I maybe that like veil thing with 2 finger guns that Deskars pulled out may be stronger, but like outside of that, I think it's just the World Hater monster that's stronger than Uro. So with Uro's stone being infused into the knife, maybe that's why it's so durable. Let's see. Okay, but before Ichi can fully recover or even stand up, Gokuroku's in for another attack. Look, he's gonna go in for a kick. But once again, the reaction speed from you may be able to chalk this up to Gokuroku like being blinded by rage. And notably, it's why I always say bloodlust is kind of an inappropriate term for versus battles. Like, you actually don't want half the characters that you say, oh, bloodlusted, to actually be bloodlusted. Because they, at least whenever in universe when they are bloodlusted, they lose a lot of their tactical ability. And in the case of some characters, they just use worse abilities when bloodlusted. Like, Meliodas of Sen Lily Sins is a character who I always think of like, no, I don't want to use a bloodlusted Meliodas, so I have to use a type Meliodas. I want to use optimized Meliodas. Because bloodlusted Meliodas doesn't go for any of his one-shot win cons. Never. He just beats the taste out of somebody's mouth. And well, if he has better stats than them, that's fine. 9 out of 10 times, they just wouldn't work cross-verse if he's bloodlusted. He doesn't even like use his counters anymore. Like, he generally just becomes a worse fighter. So being bloodlusted may just be nerfing Gokuroku more than it's actually helping him. Let's see. Ooh, this time in the ribs. Or at least like right beneath the ribs. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's definitely using the Ordigum magic. You can tell by like the strands, the invisible cades. In fact, we haven't seen the same magic. Okay, so he's using the Ordigum. And like that does make me wonder. I guess he just does get the instinctual download of whatever their abilities are. Because notably, you can excuse. Well, actually, no, not really. He kind of no. This is just like established. He pulled out Inazuri first time, no problem. He pulled out Uruashi first time, no problem. So it makes sense that he's able to pull out the Origumo first time, no problem. Presumably, once he acquires the magic, he gets like a basic rundown on their abilities and very specifically the spell he can cast with them. Or maybe even variations of the spell. Once again, we don't know how limited his application is, but we've already seen him make lightning swords, which is something that the Raiko magic Inazuri probably couldn't do. Let's see. Soon. Once again, he's weaving immaculately. I have to assume Gokuroku's nerfed, or suppressing himself, or just bloodlust and being stupid. Let's see. It's like you're an acrobat. Stab and dodge over and over. If you're going out of your way to make him suffer, I like it. Ooh! See, that's the thing. He respect, even if it's like obviously for negative purposes, he respects the game. And honestly, that's my favorite kind of villain. Where like, even if they absolutely despise the hero's guts, like, hero, you suck, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're dumb, you're doo-doo water, if they can at least respect the tactical prowess and ability, I like them. I'll admit, I do like them a whole lot. Because it takes a manner of humility to do that, to be like, hey, I fundamentally disagree with your very existence as another living sentient creature. But that move you just did, that was pretty cool. I'll give you that. I love that. I don't know. It's something that humanizes a villain, at least to me. And it's funny because this thing's not even human. No, like, it looks kind of human, but it's very tapir-like. But it is genuinely one of those cases where I'm like, oh, that's some good writing. Because ultimately, it is that willingness to give respect that adds an extra layer of humanity that most villains just don't have. And don't get me wrong, you can definitely have your cool villains who completely disregard the abilities and feats and aspects of their hero. But I always think it's more interesting when they actively engage with them and have an opinion on them. Positive or negative. Though typically it's usually negative for the more stoic villains. Let's see. Punch, kick, stab, crush, zap him with lightning, toss your friendship into the muck and cling to life, suffer in despair, wallow in sorrow. Cool your jets, buckaroo. It's not that deep. Okay, maybe that deep, but still, man, that's great. He's really going for it. But then again, I get it, right? Ultimately, even if he never really played it off all too well, because Gokuroku can never break the shell, I assume he does have a genuine vitriolic hatred for Gokuroku as well. Not just because he's human, but also because he's trying to destroy the shell. And obviously, we know he just doesn't like Ichi because he interacted with World Hater. So, like, he genuinely would love both of these two to just straight plonk over. So, presumably taking out each other. Let's see. Let me see more! Ooh. There's a joke there about the name Seymour. But, like, I'm not even sure what it is. I guess like, I was going to say, like, let me see more. But, like, I don't know, that was a little bit weird. Let's see. Let me see more! Okay, Ichi dodges. Oh, but looks like he got clipped. That's the thing. Yo, I'm honestly, that's the thing I don't like about wearing like not even like, I don't like wear super tight clothes, but I wear clothes that typically do fit me better because it just lowers the chance of me getting stuck on things. It is a case where, despite being a massive fella who moves with intention and just the tiniest bit, like literally this much grace, I be getting caught and stuff all the time with the shirts I wear. I cannot imagine wearing like a whole big old bulky uniform that could be yanked by the enemy at any time in life or death scenarios like this. Let's see. Okay. The thumb, but notably, wow, he even picks up Ichi straight with the thumb. Chain. Oh, he's pulling back for the fist. Ichi, what are they feeding? But let's get look at him. He's so happy. He's so happy. But I mean, he is the joyous sorrow magic. But Ichi, what are they feeding you? What is these reactions, my boy? Point blank range, and he still dodged it? Tore his own uniform and everything. What? I'll admit though, this fit, I especially like the common full uniform fit. This fit right here with the suspenders, the white button down. Like this goes kind of infinitely hard. I ain't gonna lie. The fit is kind of like, it's not the most insane fit, but it's not the most uninsane fit, if you know what I'm talking about. Ichi, why you got it on though? Why do you have it on, Gangaroon? He's built like that. Let's see. Slides underneath. Ooh, another stab to the leg this time. Interesting. Gokuraku genuinely tweaking. But then again, I do wonder, like, is he just seeing, like, I'm assuming maybe just in his mind, Ichi is the joyous sorrow magic, so he's like attacking with all his might, and like that's being amplified by the rage of the many people who are consumed by him. But it is crazy how man, this man is tweaking. Let's see. Oh, he wasn't just tweaking by yelling. He was building up to a bite. All right. Oh, but no, the thing I was wondering, I wonder if he's like just seeing a loop, or if he is like having a genuine image placed in front of him and he's just wiling out over that. I don't know. But with it being the case, he goes in for a bite and lands it. But and he does make Ichi bleed a bit. Let's see. Rabbit Dog Gokuraku. I don't think there's an Ichi the Witch fandom that writes fanfiction yet. Do I dare look that up? I would not kill, but I would love some Ichi the Witch fanfiction. I'm just a fan. I'll admit, I'm just a fanfiction reader in general. Though, admittedly, like it's always rough because like some of my favorite, and admittedly, they're Kingdom Hearts stories. So I'll be like, oh, here comes Ben's obsession with Kingdom Hearts. There were like 3 KH fics that I loved. It was literally, I don't even like. I'll drop them. It was Charming and the Witch, which is a Rokushi fanfic. It's like Beauty and the Beast fused with Shion and Roxas. It was Shifting Tides by Madame Chauncey, I do believe. I forget how to spell their name. It was a Sokai fic, but modern AU Kairi move. Like there's a whole bunch of extra context to it. Like it's nothing, like nowhere near canon, just like the Charming the Witch one. And then there was Memories of You, which was a Urokunami fanfic. Not Rikunami, Urokunami, aka Roxas Namine. And it was, I think, Namine and Kairi were sisters, and they also, like, I haven't reread them in a while, but like those are 3 big ones that like I really, really liked, and they haven't been updated in literally years, and I don't think they ever will. But at least one of them came back, not recently, like a year ago. They're like, oh, this is on an indefinite hiatus since I figured out how to write it. And I'm like, just keep posting what you're posting as you speak. And I haven't checked it out. I may check an update right after this review, because man, I love me some good fanfic. But I don't think Ichi the Witch has the fandom yet. Like, what? We're not even on chapter 40 yet. We're on chapter 34. There's no fanfic. I'd have to write it myself. I'm not writing Ichi the Witch fanfic. And you know what? Funny thing is, I am literally thinking of making a fanfiction channel, because I have like it's like a 60-something page Fire Emblem 3 Houses fanfic, and an over 100-page KH fanfic, because of course I do. I'm tempted to make a channel about that. Just reading it. Like that would literally be the entire channel, just reading portions of like 15 minutes at a time. And I'd probably just use that for like my own listening. Make my own audiobook. We'll see. But let's see. Bite down. Bleed. He's got a not even like that tight of a grip on him either. He's literally just holding him up by his jaw. Okay. Gokuraku, simple bite 100%. Poor Ichi, man. Poor Ichi. Like, because how long has it been in universe? Has it even been a month since Ichi got recruited to do this mess? Like, obviously it's been a minute for us, but like, has it even been a month before my poor son has had to go through all this nonsense? Let's see. Ah! Ooh. Stab to the back. Thuck. Stab to the right. Oh. That's it. That's the last. Gokuraku, stop. Take shape. The Origumo. Ah, the Origumo. Okay, interesting. So he just... Oh. So you restrain Gokuraku using the order. But then again, that may not be enough. Because we saw that. And then again, Bloodlust Gokuraku, maybe he's not using his strength appropriately. But we remember, it was Gokuraku who absolutely violated the Ordigum magic. Like, easily. While going nowhere near all out. So obviously he's a bit battle damaged now. So maybe he's not be able to go full output. But this genuinely may not be enough to restrain him. Because we've already seen him bypass this. Obviously you may be able to argue Ichi's amping it. But this is no Oro amp. This is base Ichi magic. And admittedly... It seems at least we didn't get to see enough of the Raiko magic, and I don't think we got to see enough of the Origumo magic to really compare. And obviously, Ororo is a beast into himself. But at least from what we've seen of base Uruwashi, it's much lower than what Uruwashi themselves was able to do, right? And we just don't know what the Raiko magic Inazori was going to be able to do because they diffed them way too easily. So I don't know how like Ichi's own applications of their spells and magic scales to their own incarnations, or whether it's like a case-by-case basis where some magics will have higher applications than Ichi, and then some magics will have less applications than Ichi, and some will be directly even. I don't know, but interesting. Ariadne. Ah, that's a reference to... Well, you know, that's so common now I think about it, though. If there's a spider thing in something, it will almost always reference Ariadne. Or I'm not even trying to say the name. I feel like it's Ariadne? Ariadne? Something like that. It's the woman, it's the original spider from Greek mythology. The woman who claimed she was better than Athena in weaving. And Athena was like, oh, for real, gang? And then turned her into a spider. So she could weave forever. She literally became the mother of spiders, and she was a prominent entity. She's responsible for the theft of the Athena Parthenos in Heroes of Olympus, which sends Annabeth on her own quest, which literally leads them into Tartarus. Funny thing is, though, they never encounter her again. Notably, I don't remember if that's, like, changed in the most recent books, because I haven't read the most recent books. Like, and I'm talking, like, the new, like, Percy, Annabeth Grover trilogy. But... Like, they kind of never address that. Like, Ariadne is the whole, like, point of Mark of Athena, and why Annabeth and Percy end up in Tartarus. And then they all fall into Tartarus, specifically because Annabeth's ankle is grabbed by a thread of Ariadne's. And then, I guess she just died from the fall? Or, because she's in Tartarus, so, like, what? I don't know what happens to her. and I don't remember. But then again, I haven't reread Heroes of Olympus in a while. So maybe they do mention it, I just don't remember. Let's see. Huh? Oh, interesting. He's actually genuinely shocked. He stopped? Well, he didn't stop. He was forcibly restrained. Let's see. No way! How? Aw, look at little Chibi Origumo, man. Hey, look at him. He's so adorable. So adorable. Let's see. The Origumo Magic, Ariadne. Oh, so that's their name. Oh, that's it. Oh, well, I guess, yeah. So far, all the spells have been the names of their respective magic. But, interesting. So are you meant to be the original? Well, it's probably just a reference. I don't think this is meant to, like, like, hard imply Greek mythology. Canon to ichithewitch. That's always funny. Like, whenever, like, any mythology or, like, thing or event is referenced in fiction, I just like to imagine, so X, Y, and Z had to happen in this universe. So, like, Greek mythology being canon. There's a whole lot of things that come with that. Let's see. The Origumo Magic, Ariadne. It's a spell that sends out okay, interesting. I wonder why then again, I guess we just didn't get to see enough of the Ordigum magic. Why? I don't remember its threads being invisible. It's a spell that sends out invisible threads, building a cage to trap and halt a target. Ah, okay. However, the caster can choose to activate the spell, but not send the threads out, instead touching the target directly, stabbing the invisible threads to anchor them more firmly. Ah, okay. So, we're definitely going to see mixes of this. I'm very interested to see Ichi start properly stacking magics, especially once they start to have genuine overlap. Like, I'm going to be interested to see Ichi stack this with Inazori, but then again, he may not be able to, because the threads may not be, like, conductible. Then again, he could just light the threads on fire with Inazori, and then go crazy. Or vice versa, he could stack on multiple layers of ceiling by doing the Ordigum magic Ariadnes, and then stacking Urawashi on top of that to freeze somebody. Like, there are definitely multiple ways that Ichi could start fusing magics in interesting ways. And honestly, I'm excited to just see that as a concept in general. Because so far, even Descados, the strongest mage in the series we've seen so far, has only really used one magic at a time. She switches from magic to magic. But I hope that magic stacking is a thing. Or stealth stacking. Stealth stacking? I English good. But let's see. And turning the cage into sturdy chains so the target can't easily escape. Can't easily, though. But can't easily? Is that good enough to be not escape? We need not escape. At least in this case with Gokuraku. Okay, Ichi hobbles over. Gokuraku, lash out as much as you need. I'll stop you. As you trusted me to handle this, I'll have faith in you and wait. You can do this. Look at my son making his first friend and actually deeply bonded with him, man. Oh, man, it touches my heart. It touches my heart. Let's see. You can do this. Win, Gokuraku. That was the weakest. That was the weakest win Gokuraku could have said. Let's see. This is your hunt. Okay. Oh, interesting. Even inside, so inside he's seeing Serenity? Or maybe he's like flashing back right now. Once again, I'm not sure how much of him is on autopilot and how much of him is genuinely tweaking. But oh man, this is gonna be rough. Alright. W chapter. I like it. Invisible Cat. Shout out to your boy. Your boy almost never gets things right. But the thing is, that'll probably become, stuff like this will become hard to predict, like 50 chapters down the line when Ichi has more magics. But just from the title Invisible Cage and none of Ichi's previous magics allowing invisibility, and us knowing he has the Ordiguma magic, plus the threading here, I was able to predict that he was the Ordiguma magic. Ariadne. But I do like that. I like, this chapter is definitely a more setup chapter, but it still has things that I really like. It has Ichi fighting against Gokuraku, which is a good thing. You know, I always like when protagonists fight protagonists. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit basic. What can I say? I love me a good protagonist fight. And I like seeing Ichi's tactical ability. I love his natural mastery and talent over the magic immediately, knowing how to use it appropriately and actually doing it well enough to properly restrain Gokuraku. I like seeing Gokuraku's raw power, even if it is in ways that Ichi's able to avoid. I love seeing Ichi's tactical mind against someone with no tactical mind at all because of their bloodlust. And I even, like I mentioned earlier, really like the joyful sorrow magic, or the joyous sorrow magic, and how it gives its respect when it's due and glazes when it glazes and is able to be shocked and surprised. Like, it is genuinely, despite being a evil tapir magic, a very human character in a way. And I really like that. It's hard to come by. So overall, dare I say, this chapter is cooking with gas. But if you made it all the way to this video, please do me a favor and leave faith in you. Faith in you in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that make sure you hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you even have a Patreon down below, where you can support me for as low as $1 month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reaction to whatever the series I happen to review, ad reactions of all my videos, and if you become a $2 Patreon or a $2 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below, where you can drop 5 views for a short video, 29 views for a video, or any views at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Crone, G Prosper, Nevis 97, and Ollie. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneal, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchia, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And then I'd like to give a big old hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Wakimunos and Wakimunos. And then I'd finally like to give a giga super duper kidney sacrificing thank you to our ultimate, that guy with a heart on the horizon, Calvin Elder.